Hello again, boys and girls. Now we're going to do religion. That's why I have our religion props up. We have the risen Jesus, beautiful pictures of Mary, Mary and her bouquets. Today we're going to talk about another lesson that we learned through learning about Jesus' life. The lesson of forgiving and also being sorry. Right? Remember during Lent we sang the song Prayer and Fasting and Almsgiving. We are meant to repent. Do you remember what repent means? Right. Repent means to be sorry for the things that you've done wrong. Right? And we not only want to be sorry for the things that we've done wrong so that people forgive us, but we also learn from Jesus how to forgive others. Can you think of any stories that we learned about where Jesus was very understanding and forgiving? Right, there were a couple times that his apostles doubted him. And did he say to them, okay, go away, you can't be in the group anymore? Did he say that? You can't follow me anymore. You don't believe in me? No, he forgave them. He was very understanding. Okay, but we also learned to say sorry. Right, they said sorry and he forgave them. Okay, any other stories where Jesus was very forgiving? Yes. When he was being persecuted. Okay, remember in the garden, Peter went to defend Jesus and he sliced off the ear of one of the soldiers. And Jesus didn't say, yeah, that's it, way to get him. Did he say that? No. He said, he who lives by the sword dies by the sword. Meaning, no, don't do that. So, he took the soldier's ear and he healed him. He put it back on. So he was showing forgiveness there. Okay, and then of course, with his dying breaths while he was on the cross, he asked God to forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't realize that I really am your son and I'm doing this as part of your plan. He even forgave those people who were so cruel and awful to him. And, right? And I always say, if Jesus can forgive them, then we should be able to forgive each other, right? Because we certainly would never do anything like that to any of our friends. So I'm going to read you a story. It's one of my favorite stories that teaches about being sorry and being forgiven. It's called Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. I have to get my eyes on. Hold on. I'm going to have to get one of those chains like my grandma had. She used to wear glasses on her neck and put them on when she needed them. Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. Now remember, I want you to listen carefully about being sorry and being forgiven. Lily loved school. She loved the pointy pencils. She loved the squeaky chalk. She loved the way her boots went clickety-clickety-click down the hall when she walked. Lily loved the privacy of her own very desk. She loved the fish sticks and chocolate milk every Friday in the lunchroom. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. Mr. Slinger was as sharp as a tack. That's a figure of speech. That means he's very smart. He wore artistic shirts. He wore glasses on a chain around his neck. That's what I need to do. And he wore a different colored tie each day of the week. Wow, said Lily. That was all about she could say was, wow. She really digs her teacher. Instead of greeting students or good morning pupils, Mr. Slinger winked and said, howdy. He thought the desks in rows were so old-fashioned and boring. Do you rodents think you can handle a semicircle? Do you remember a semicircle? Right, a half circle. And he always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, said Lily. Me too, said her friends, Chester and Wilson and Victor. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. I am the teacher, she told her baby brother Julius. Listen up. Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe encyclopedias. What's with Lily? Asked her mother. I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver, or a diva, said her father. It must be her new teacher, Mr. Slinger, said her mother. Wow, said her father. That's all he could say was, wow. She even put a pretend mustache on. See it? Whenever the students had free time, they were allowed to go to the light bulb lab in the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawing or writing. Lily went often. She had lots of ideas. She drew pictures of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote stories about him too. During sharing time, Lily showed her creations to the entire class, kind of like how we did with our journals, right? Wow, said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say was, wow. When Mr. Slinger had bus duty, Lily always stood in line even though she didn't ride the bus. Lily raised her hand more than anyone in class, even if she didn't know the answer. She volunteered to stay after school to help clap the erasers and clean. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, said Lily. Excellent choice, Mr. Slinger said. Excellent choice. One Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star glasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters. Ooh, what letter does quarters begin with? Quarters, cute. And best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune whenever she opened it. So she's bringing all these cool things she got with her Grammy to school. Fancy sunglasses on a chain. She's got some quarters in her new purple plastic purse that plays music. Lily wanted to show everyone. Not now, Lily, Mr. Slinger said. We have to listen to the story. Lily had a hard time listening. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, Lily, said Mr. Slinger. Let's be considerate of our classmates. Lily had a hard time being considerate. Lily really, really wanted to show everyone. Not now, Mr. Slinger said. Wait until recess or sharing time. But Lily just could not wait. Is she being a good listener? He asked her 3 times. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny, and the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for the storing school supplies. Look, Lily whispered fiercely. Look, everyone. Look what I've got. And everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger. He was not amused. In other words, he was not happy. She did not listen. He told her to wait until later, right? Sometimes if you're playing with something in school and Miss Sweeney asks you to put it away or don't play with it, then I have to tell you to put it in your book bag, right? I'll just keep those things on my desk until the end of the day, said Mr. Slinger. They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her new glasses were gone. The quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily wanted for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat the snack that Mr. Slinger served at recess. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. Remember, she liked to go to the light bulb lab to draw pictures of Mr. Slinger and write little stories about Mr. Slinger. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought and she thought and she thought. And then she thought more and she became angry. What do you think she's angry about? Do you think she's angry that her teacher took her special items? Let's see. And then she thought some more and more, and she became furious. What does furious mean? Right, really, really mad. She thought and she thought and she thought a bit more. And then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. Now look at her face, getting more and more angry. And now she's going to draw a picture of Mr. Slinger. Like she usually does, right? Let's see. Right before the bell rang, Lily sneaked her drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. Okay, I'm going to show you the drawing. You tell me if you think he'll like it. And then I'll read it to you. Does that look like a nice drawing? And she put it in her teacher's book bag? Let's see what it says. Big, fat, mean Mr. Stealing teacher. Thief bad. Wanted by FBI. P.S. I don't want to be a teacher anymore when I grow up. Oh, and she made claws and fangs on him. Was that nice? Did her teacher do anything wrong? Did he? Do you think she did? Let's see what happens. When all the students were buttoned up and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her her purple plastic purse back. It's a beautiful purse, said Mr. Slinger. Your quarters are nice and jingly and shiny, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class when they're trying to learn. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up, Lily said, as she marched out of the classroom. Should she be so angry with her teacher? On the way home, Lily opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better." There was also a small bag of tasty snacks in the bottom of the purse for her from Mr. Slinger. Wasn't that nice of him? It seems like he forgave her, right? For not listening to him the 3 times he asked her, not now. How do you think Lily feels now? Do you think she still feels angry with him? What do you think she feels? Do you think she feels a little ashamed? Do you think she realized that she was wrong in the first place? Let's see. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and father. She does. She feels awful. She feels remorse. Remorse means that you feel sorry for what you did. And remember, didn't she put something in Mr. Slinger's backpack? It wasn't a nice note like the one he wrote. Instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lily decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. That's, I guess, like the timeout chair at her house. I'll stay here for millions of years for Mr. Slinger. Why does everything happen to me? 1051, 1052. That night, Lily drew a new picture of Mr. Slinger and wrote a story about him. The story said, Lily was really, really sorry, so everyone forgave her. Even her parents, even her stinky baby brother, even her especially incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everyone and everything, even the bugs and worms. The end. And her picture said, listen up, I forgive you. She said he could be principal. She wrote, I am really, 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 really sorry. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty cookies for Lily to take to school the next day. I think Mr. Slinger will understand, said Lily's mother. I know he will, said Lily's father. The next morning, Lily got to school early. These are for you, Lily said to Mr. Slinger, because I'm really, 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 really sorry. And she's giving him a nicer picture and a special snack to show she's sorry. Mr. Slinger read the story. He looked at the picture, and he read the note, and he sampled the snacks. Wow, said Mr. Slinger. That was all about he could say was, wow. What do you think we should do with this? Asked Mr. Slinger, and he took out the picture, the mean picture of him. Could we throw it away? Asked Lily. Excellent idea, said Mr. Slinger. Excellent idea. During sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many uses of the unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie sunglasses. See, all she had to do was wait until sharing time. But she was being impatient and not very fair to her teachers or classmate. But did he forgive her? He did. Was she sorry? She was. Then she did a little performance using them as props. It's called interpretive dance, said Lily. Mr. Slinger joined in. Wow, said the entire class. That was all about they could say. That's all they could say was wow. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but she did not disturb a soul. So she learned her lesson, too. Right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. What do you want to be when you grow up? Asked Mr. Slinger. A teacher, everyone responded. And Lily responded the loudest. Excellent choice, said Mr. Slinger. Excellent choice. As the students filed out of the classroom, Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her chest. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. And that reminds us, right, Jesus' gift of new life. We might make poor choices, but we can always have a chance to do better. Lily ran and skipped and hopped and flew all the way home. She was so happy. Why is she so happy? Right, because Mr. Slinger forgave her. And she realized that she was wrong. And she tried to make up for it. And she really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer or a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva or a pilot or a hairdresser. Silly Lily. So that is one of my favorite stories to teach the importance of forgiveness and, more importantly, being sorry, right? If you want someone to forgive you, you have to truly be sorry. And Lily, when she saw the nice gesture that Mr. Slinger had, forgave her already before she even said sorry. He put a special note in her purple plastic purse and a special snack to show that he forgave her. And that, of course, made her realize what she did was so not nice, right? So, being sorry for the things that you've done wrong isn't just saying sorry. You have to show that you're sorry, right? And that is the best way for someone to forgive you. When they see that you're truly sorry, then they can easily forgive you. So, that's one of the great lessons that we learn through Jesus' stories. So, we're going to do 2 pages in our book. Jesus helps us say we are sorry. And you'll see pictures of children. And then, on the outside, I get along with others. You're going to draw yourself playing with some friends. And then the other page, I am sorry. We make choices. Sometimes we make wrong choices. Jesus helps us to say we are sorry. And we forgive others. Draw one way you can show that you are sorry. So being sorry and forgiving others is very important. And of course, if we want to be forgiven, we need to be sorry. All right, boys and girls, I'll see you in a little while for science.